Okay, in this episode of Desmond on Show, today we're going to talk about how we can profit from the Covid-19 or the coronavirus situation, the epidemic, pandemic, whatever make you have, and essentially how we can benefit from this. Now, I hate to, talk too much about how we can gain from such a huge problem that the world is suffering from, but realistically thinking, this is something that is happening to us. We are in a situation right now, we can either be the victor or we can play the victim. So essentially right now, what do we do to profit or make something out of this? So here's the thing. This COVID-19, it's whether we can solve it or not, all we can do is that we can wash our hands more, wear face masks, and stop going to crowded areas. I get that, right? But today, this is a business podcast, so let's talk business. Let's talk about how we can potentially, make something out of this. You see, the COVID-19 situation has struck a lot of fear in a lot of people's mindset. And a lot of people are fearful about, going to a crowded area, which I understand. A lot of people are very fearful about getting infected with the COVID-19 virus. I get that. The media has a lot to play with that, but as an entrepreneur, this presents an opportunity for us. This presents an opportunity for us to not only help us to essentially make more money, but also help more people. So how do we do this? Obviously, one of the easiest ways to go into the pharmaceutical market, open a pharmacy store and sell sanitizers and face masks. But if it's that simple, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. I want to just tell you a strategy and something very, very simple that you can essentially follow, which is to sell online. Now, hear me very clearly. In Malaysia right now, there's a lot of things happening. The government just announced a stimulus package where there is a 10,000 ringgit grant for people who would bring their business online. So let's say if you're selling something offline in the shop, and if you bring it online, you can go to the government and apply for a 10,000 ringgit grant. So how do we make money with this opportunity? It's really simple. You be the person that bring that business online. So for example, one of the things that I always teach in my programs, in my trainings, is the fact that becoming a consultant is one of the most flexible and simple business model to do. And what you could do is that you can go to these shops and say, listen, because of the COVID-19, people are not shopping as much and people are not walking into the doors. What I could do for you is that I could help you sell more of your products online by putting it up on a Shopify store, on a WordPress store, or on any e-commerce platform. So a lot of these business owners, they don't know how to do it specifically, and they do not have the specificity to actually do this themselves. So a lot of the time, they will be hiring people to do it. But now that you appear in front of them and you tell them that, hey, listen, not only you can apply a grant of 10,000 ringgit to actually build this website so that you can sell online and reach out to customers that are sitting in their home because they're not coming out, but you could also potentially do it for free because the grant covers the cost of the construction of the website and the whole entire project. So that's what you can do. You can go up to shop owners. You don't have to actually walk into every shop. You could go on Google Maps, you can just source their information, see if they have a website. If they don't have a website, or even if they do have a website, if they're not selling their products online, you could actually help them to do that, and then you charge them a fee. So for example, you could charge them easily 5,000-6,000 just to help them build that simple website on Shopify, which will cost you almost nothing. So that's one of the easiest ways. Because of the fear striking the consumer from walking to the store owners are not getting as much sales. And because of that, now they're looking for alternative to clear their stock, sell more products, and of course, online is one of the best options. Now, besides that, another way that you can make money from COVID-19 is to actually help businesses that are distressed right now, that are going through a situation where they are not growing that much because maybe 90% or 100% of the traffic comes in through retail traffic. Similar to the first scenario where we're talking about shop, let's say you're targeting now business owners in the shopping mall. And obviously shopping malls are not as packed as it used to be. So you could essentially go in there and say, hey, listen, I know you sell some beauty facial package, some hair package or whatever. What if I could get people to come into your store online and you help them do the marketing for them in exchange for a fee? See, this is how it's going to help you to make money during this particular period, because business owners are a lot more desperate right now. They are much more distressed, and that also means that they are more willing to work with you and move online right now. The government is supporting them. and if they don't do this, no new customers are going to walk into the store, and that's going to cost their business even more. And because of that, when people are fearful and people are painful, people tend to take action, and people tend to buy whatever package you have prepared for them. So this makes it a very easy sale for you. You don't have to be a great salesperson, and you can literally sell this package to these people. That's two of the ways that you can look into to profit from COVID-19. Of course, if you look at the recession that's looming right now, I just read the news today, the stock market is not doing so well. Not even in Malaysia, it's in US. Literally what's going on right now is the stock market is, the stock prices are hitting down so fast and it's going down so fast that I think S&P 500, they had to halt trading for a while just to make sure that it doesn't continue to fall. So this is a sign of a recession looming, if you remember, since the 2008 and 2009 situation. This means that if you have any spare money, there's a few very interesting or important things that you can do right now. Number one, I always believe in investing in yourself, because if you don't invest in yourself, you do not know what to do with the money. If you're just listening to news, you're listening to what other people tell you, you're not going to know what to do with your own money. So first thing first, take a small chunk of the money, go invest in yourself, whether it's watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts just like this, or you could be going to seminars, going to a workshop, and genuinely learn about strategies that you can, take advantage of this economy. Number two, place your money in blue chips, in safe, secure companies where you know for sure they will do well when the recession is over. So for example, companies like, don't quote me on this, I'm not a financial expert, but listen up to this. Companies like Apple, companies like IBM, companies like, the big banks, they tend to do very well after the recession. So you might want to look into those stocks. I'm not a professional stock trader, but common sense dictates that companies that are too big to fail usually cannot fail. Right? So that's something that you need to look into as well. More importantly, this is a time where you start looking for opportunities. You start sourcing for problems, because every problems that you see, they are genuinely an opportunity for you, right? So if you see that there's an issue in your town, in your city, in your vicinity where people are not getting the result they want, or people are suffering something, see how you can provide a value, see how you can provide a solution, see how you can provide products or services that could overcome that particular difficulty for them. And when you do that, you will be able to earn something out of this. You will be able to be profitable out of this. Just don't get into the mindset where when everyone is fearful, then you become fearful too. As Warren Buffett says, be greedy when everyone is fearful, and be fearful when everyone is greedy. So make sure you understand that particular part, because you need to think of business, economy, and investment logically, purely with numbers, and do not let emotions play a part in swaying your decision. So hopefully this quick audio recording is going to help you get a little bit of idea about what you can do with this particular situation. Just don't get the news and the media, keep injecting fear into you. In fact, what I want you to do is see what are the opportunities that arise because of this. See you in the next episode.